show you guys. We're gonna let this one roll a little longer, but the crew here, this is probably top 5 access issues I've seen from any of our Portland projects over the last 5 years, and so fucking thankful to have Ensemble and his brothers. They are absolute terrors when it comes to it. No questions asked, give us the big shit, they say. I'm like, are you sure? You know, double check everything. And that being said, miss on the staple. We'll do our magnet sweep. Gonna show you guys from the top what's going on. And they need 10 sheets of plywood. And so what's odd is that they got some of this rot there in the field, which is pretty uncommon. And you know, it's not necessarily a technical job by any means. It's pretty standard. It's the access. It's taking down all the debris and packing up all the shingles. It's literally as gnarly as it gets. Zero access from either side. And this is why I say, if you can roof in Northeast Portland, you can roof anywhere. And so I want to show you guys the view though, and make sure y'all have a little sympathy for us roofers who go sight unseen so much, which is what we're trying to change. Shout out to BEM and Roofing Insights for hooking it up on the underlayment. Here we go. So the view for the day, not too shabby. I'll say I could probably just pause for a second, and I would love to just chill here. We're probably going to schedule 3 final inspections so we can come back and enjoy the view, see if we can't get a sunset shot. And so I mean, top 5 is not the worst I've seen for access, but just to paint you a picture, when we're doing our inspections, we're looking at the logistics of how do we produce a successful project. When people get a roof inspection from Flow, our project managers, our inspectors, we train from a production standpoint to take care of production, our installers and our project managers, our production manager, to make sure that we're not running into headaches unless it's unforeseen, right? So we obviously have some field rot here, which is odd to be in the field. Usually they're associated with penetrations of some sort, and the issue is straight up access. The project complexity here, good to see the guys have the tow boards help capture debris runoff, but when our inspectors are looking at the project, you look at your worst case scenarios, and we know this going into Northeast, Southeast. Like, I harp on my guys, say, hey, look, set us up for success, okay? You're taking pictures everywhere. How do we actually produce this project? And so in this case, not even the most gnarly project, we almost got 100 feet between us and the trailer, where we're literally having to hand pack debris down to the street, and then literally every shingle up to the roof. And shout out and cheers to Ensemble and his brothers. We'll be taking care of you guys, because absolutely insane project. And you know, they're the ones who will gladly step up. We have a couple crews that'll fight over these projects, and they're all family, but it's really, I mean, first come, first serve, and it's a loyalty deal. You know, it's what crews have been with us the longest, and Ensemble and his brothers over 3 years now. We know how they flow. We like how they flow. They like how we flow. We flow together. We grow together. And the other gnarly project was over in Northwest. It was over 200 feet from the roof to the street just to dump the fucking shingles. Excuse my French. Whereas here is like, we got a little bit of grace. Now, I will say, we could have actually used the chute in this case, which would have helped tremendously on this side. But our project managers are strapped on other projects right now, and that would have been possible. But then you got tenant parking, neighbor parking, all the way. Look at, you guys are parking literally a couple 100 feet down the street. It's just so shitty. But this is what happens in Northeast, Southeast Portland. That's why I say, if you can roof in Northeast, Southeast, you can roof anywhere. Just from a logistics standpoint, to make sure the project goes off without a hitch. I mean, we get a ranch style out in Tigard, Beaverton, or Molalla, Oregon City, or something in Vancouver, super chill. We're just like on vacation. Whereas when we do roof these projects, we're like, oh, okay, there we go. It's going to take an extra day or two. You know, we got to make sure that the access, the landscaping, all that stuff's locked down with the plan. And yeah, when it comes down to it though, I mean, either way, you know, every nail counts. And I mean, we're super stoked to have our orange underlayment finally. I wonder if they can see it from the street. I doubt they can't read it, but they're already like, oh, look at that orange roof. Oh, it must be Flow Roofing. So, we're gonna take you guys to an apartment complex we got going next. I gotta grab some materials at Johnson Supply for HVAC caps. And at that point, we'll take a look, probably stop back over at our other southeast project there off the downtown area, and make sure it's all flowing. And we've got project manager running out to Estacada down to Salem for our metal detail. We got some high temp boot needs, and then we'll start over. We got Newburgh coming up next week. I think we got maybe a coastal project also. When it gets hot, we like to give everyone that trip, that break. Ansamo, how's it going? Good. Yes, sir. You guys got water? Let me know if you need more, okay? If you need anything else, I got, we can have Garrett stop by if you need anything.
I will need the plywood for that corner.
Yeah, I dropped, there's 10 right there. So if you need more, just let me know. Take pictures, obviously, of what's damaged. And just make sure that that underside, that under window there on that dormer is nice and flash. They got roof to wall on this side, but they're gonna need some under those windows over there. Otherwise, it looks like you got the kickouts already, which is super chill. And it's a good view up there.
I know.
That's insane. So, well, dude, we'll let you know next week. We'll probably pop off with one or two. Oh, I see what you're saying. That's like almost, that's not plywood, you're right.
Yeah, that's it.
So is that what's going on over here?
Yeah, that's the same.
Uh-oh. I see what you're saying. It's that decorative stuff. Okay. And they've got the gaps behind there. Nice. Okay. I'll get back to you on this. We'll talk to the homeowners. We might have to do tongue and groove, but it's just plywood. That was only one sheet. Yeah. No tongue and groove.
Right. Yeah.
Alrighty. Sounds like a plan. All right, Ansamo, we'll catch you here soon.
Right.
Let me know if you need anything. Give me a call. Take pictures. Be safe. Harness up, and do double hand load, hand haul, okay? For everything on the final. It's a long trip, baby. All right, man. Take care. Be safe. Coolio. I mean, you got to treat your guys the way you want to be treated. Okay, people. This is a misunderstanding that people think roofing is the product. That's the basic assumption. That's fine and that's fair. The truth is, your people, your installers, your team, that's the product. People aren't buying a shingle. There's no shingle without you guys. So we love our team. We'll continue to invest in them. I'm trying to think if we're going to do a Cinco de Mayo deal at the shop would be ideal. Have about 50 guys there, I think would be the number to hit. We do a little shingle Olympics, have a food truck or something catered out, and we'll be flowing. So other than that, we got to head down to Southwest, make sure everything's buttoned down, and Ansamo wanted the beaver truck. That's why he's got my heart, really. Just being real.